Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Susie from Threadquarters. Thanks for joining me again today. Today I'm just going to be chatting about a few things I've made in the last little while and just some plans I have coming up. And I wanted to pick your brains as well. So if you want to stay for a little chat, then keep watching. Hi everyone, I just came on for a bit of a chat today. No tutorials for you yet. My sewing room is in a bit of a transitional phase at the moment, so I haven't really done any sewing recently, but I have made a few things that I haven't shared on the vlog yet, so I thought, well, it'd be a good opportunity to show them to you maybe today. Plus I have a trip coming up that I wanted to chat about and maybe get some tips from you guys, hopefully. But first I just want to say I've got a different coloured background. So I'm in my little sewing room and we have painted one of the walls dark blue and another wall pale pink. My husband thought I was mental painting a very small box room with a really dark blue wall, but I said no, trust me, it's gonna work. And I just thought it would be a nice background for photographs and for the vlog. I just thought the dark colour would actually make my clothes pop a bit more and just add a bit more interest than a plain white wall, basically. This is my latest make, and it is a gorgeous bright blue boiled wool Berlin jacket, which is a pattern from Tessuti Patterns. They're a fabric shop in Australia, if you haven't heard of them, and they make some lovely contemporary patterns as well. I am actually going to be doing a blog post for Minerva Crafts because they kindly gifted me this fabric as part of their craft blog, I think it's called, the craft blog. So yeah, so in return for the fabric I have to write up a blog post. So I was taking photos of it today against this blue wall. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out actually. So I'll pop a few of those photographs up now so you can see. But if you want the full blog post, it's not going to be live until probably March, I would say, because they have so many contributors to their blog. But I will link it down below once it is live so you can go and have a proper read about the pattern. I'm going to talk about in the blog post, I'll do a full review, but it's really interesting the way the Berlin jacket is made. You can only use fabric that doesn't fray. So you could probably use a Ponte Roma or a Ponte knit. That would work well. It would turn it into like a real snuggly, more like a cardigan I would call it, or coatigan I suppose. And the other option is boiled wool, that's what they suggest, which I discovered is actually knitted as well, so that's why it doesn't fray. And the reason why you have to do that is you can probably see there's a lot, this is all raw edges along here. All the way along here. The only thing that's not raw edges and is sewn like a normal seam are the side seams there. And even here you have a facing on the neck and also the cuffs, and you turn the cuffs back. And the facing is on the inside, but it's literally just a strip, and you sew it to the edge of your jacket. And I didn't know what I would think about that, and I was really nervous about the fact that, you know, your raw edge, I'm not the neatest with cutting out, so I was nervous that it would end up looking a bit higgledy-piggledy, but I was really careful, obviously, because I was aware of the situation when I was cutting out. But it actually gives it a real contemporary modern feel to it, and I really like it so much more than I thought I would. So if you haven't given this pattern a go, I would suggest giving it a go, because actually it's super easy. It's very strange doing the first few times doing this type of seam. You essentially are just putting one edge on top of the other and then sewing like about 2-3 millimeters away from the edge. And you initially think that it's just so different from how you do a normal seam that initially you're sort of doubting yourself. But then once you do a few tests, I would say do a few test seams, and you realise, gosh, this is so easy, and then this comes together in no time at all. So I know I said I was going to be doing slow sewing. I didn't actually realise how fast it is to make this, so no, nothing wrong with that. And I really love it, and it's kind of casual. I love that I made it in this really bright blue because I think it really suits me. I absolutely love this. To me, I would call this like cobalt nearly. They call it royal blue on the Minerva website, but just a really bright blue. It just really brightens up a dreary winter. Now it's not super warm. Wool obviously is warm, but you know, there's no what do you call it? Sorry, there's no fastening down the front, it's just loose opening. So what's quite nice is wearing it with a scarf, and I actually have a really bright scarf that goes so well with it. Again, I'll put a photo up for you. One thing that is a problem though about these exposed seams and a fluffy scarf like that is I have noticed I've got, and you might be able to see, I'm not sure, but there's like fluff sticking to the raw edges there, so you do have to come in every now and again and sort of de-fluff the edges a bit. It's not a big deal. So I'm planning on doing a little bit of sewing tomorrow. It won't be tomorrow, I'll already have had my day by the time this vlog goes up. But yeah, just a little sort of local sewing group for the day. So exciting, going away for a full day to sew. It's amazing. And I have another Berlin jacket cut out in a leopard print fabric. The only problem is it's not boiled wool, so there is a bit of fraying going on, but not very much. So I am risking it, and I'll report back and show you when it's done and see what it's like. I'm not sure. And the other thing I want to do with it maybe is, because of the seam looks the same on that side as that side, that's the inside, it's the same. I was like, you could make that reversible. And the fabric, the leopard print fabric that I have is beautiful print on one side and then this beautiful camel colour on the other, and I was like, that would just make such an awesome reversible coat, so I'm going to try it. It might not work, but I'm going to give it a go and see how it turns out. Another awesome thing I've made recently were a pair of paper bag waisted trousers for, well, it was for my birthday night out back in October. So yeah, this was a while ago. And I made it out of this awesome fabric. It's pretty out there, isn't it? Bright, bold flowers. And the pattern I use is McCall's 7726. Though this has been around a good while now. And I've probably held on to this for about half a year. Finally got around to making it. And I absolutely love how the trousers turned out. I'll put up some photos for you. What I would say is, if you ever want to make this pattern, do some toiles or muslins to test the fit. It comes out big. That's what I always find with, if you want to call them big four patterns. So, you know, I did 3 toiles actually. But the good thing is that it's pleats all the way around your waist, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pleats, so you have a lot of scope there for fitting it in to your waist nicely there. I think the reason why I had so many toiles is actually because I wanted a slightly different shaped leg to the pattern. The pattern comes with a wide leg option or a tapered option, but the tapered option is still loose, and I wanted like a skinny leg because I am stuck in a skinny trouser rut. That's very hard to get out of. But yeah, I absolutely love the way it turned out. It's exactly how I imagined it. It did take quite a bit of tweaking to get the right fit on my legs, and even that, it's not perfect, but you know what, it's perfect for me. And yeah, I just absolutely love the effect that this bold fabric has on these trousers. I mean, it's certainly not something you're ever gonna it's so, you know what I love about sewing is just how you can make something that's unique and personal to your personal taste, and something that no one else in the world potentially owns, and you have made it yourself to exactly the specifications that you wanted, and then you get this unique piece. And that's definitely one of the draws of sewing for me. Random tangent there, but I'm sure you guys can all relate to it. And then you might have seen in the photographs I showed you there of the paper bag trousers, I was wearing a top with it, obviously, and I made that as well. And I drafted that myself. I had again a vision of the type of top I wanted to wear with the paper bag waist. I didn't want anything skin tight. You obviously can't wear something loose over the paper bag waist. Well, you can, but it sort of defeats the purpose of having that accentuated waist. But then, just because of my shape and the way I like to dress, I didn't want anything skin tight above it. It had to have a bit of floatiness to it, so I managed to find this really lovely, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not, but really lovely floaty, sort of aubergine coloured georgette, I would call it, because it is slightly see-through. I actually wanted the blue of the trousers, but could I find that shade? It was sort of like a purpley bluey shade, and because I do my shopping online, I did actually order samples this time for once. Couldn't find, I don't know how many samples I ordered. It was either too blue or too purple. I just wasn't getting the right shade, and it had to be the right shade for me to go with it. So in the end I went with the aubergine. It was much easier to find this shade, and it matches the trousers as well. So yeah, and I wanted something that was just nice, loose. It's like a, what do you call it, dolman sleeve. Really, really basic, little crop because it's tucked in. I just did tiny hems on it. They're not perfect, I have to say. And the seams are French seamed. It's not perfect. It has a facing in it, which is rolling out. So that annoys me a little bit. But then when I'm wearing it, it's actually not too much of an issue. It's more just when it's hanging on the hanger here, you can see it sort of rolling out a bit. But actually I really like this style, and I think I'm going to be making a few more. So I mean, I can show you guys how I did it if you're interested. I'll make a few more and see what the interest is there. Okay, so that's just a few of the things I've been making, you know, things that I really, really am so excited about and I loved and I wanted to share with you guys. So those are those. But the other thing I wanted to just chat about quickly is I'm really excited. I'm going to Paris next month. So my first time ever going to Paris. And I'm just going with my husband and leaving my little boy with his granny. So that's going to be the longest that we've ever been away from him. So a little nervous about that, but also really excited. And we are going because my husband and I will have been together for 10 years in February, so we wanted to just mark the occasion and celebrate it in some way special. And when I say being together, not married, we've been married for 5 years, so just as in we met 10 years ago. So yeah, we're only there, we arrive on Monday evening, and then we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we go on Friday evening. So we've got Friday morning, a little bit of the afternoon as well. So a fair amount of time actually, but it is February that we're going to be there, so it'll probably be cold and wet, I would say. Maybe not, but definitely cold. So there are not going to be any like picnics in the parks with baguettes and cheese, unfortunately, which I would love to do. But if you guys have any tips or suggestions please do tell me. I'm quite sure a lot of you have been to Paris and have lots of advice. I'm still trying to figure out the itineraries for each day. Obviously I want to see the main attractions, but I also want to try and sneak in some fabric shops as well. I don't think there's any bargains to be had over there, but there's certainly some lovely looking fabric shops that I would love to have a little nosy in. If you guys have any recommendations of which fabric shops I should check out, please put them in the comments down below, and I want to hear all your advice on that. We're going to be staying in the Montmartre area near the Sacré-Cœur. So I do believe there's a whole street of fabric shops in that area. So yes, I may be there. I did mention that to my husband last night and he said no. But you know, we might just happen upon that street by accident one day. And then, you know, once you're there, it'd be rude not to look in at them, wouldn't it? Sure, who's in charge of the itinerary? But anyway, yeah, I'm also really tempted to go to the Talia Boutique. I have never bought any of their fabrics before. I've only lusted after them because they're so beautiful. But I sort of feel that maybe, you know, actually being in Paris where they're based warrants treating myself to some of their fabric. It is slightly out of the way. I've had a look at where it is. It's slightly out of the way from other things I would have been looking at, so I sort of feel like I'd be specifically going to that area for that shop. I don't know if you guys have ever been, what other things are around that area. I'd love to know. And yeah, just tell me other little places you think I should go. And then, of course, because I'm going to Paris, I feel I'm actually fighting with the urge to sew a whole capsule wardrobe to take with me, which obviously is ridiculous. And I don't have enough time because we're leaving on the 18th of February, so, you know, only a few weeks to go. But I do have a couple of ideas of things I would quite like to make before I go. Obviously, it's all about the layers and warmth, so I'm thinking of making a few. I've got some lovely wool jersey blend that actually is a skirt, or yeah, currently is a skirt that I bought in the sale in Zara so many years ago, always with the intention of turning it into something else because the waistband is way too tight for me, but it's maxi, so there's quite a lot of fabric there, and I thought I could probably squeeze a top out of that. So if I could get like a long sleeved layering top out of that, that would be great. With the wool, I think it'll add a nice amount of warmth to my outfit, so that'd be good. And it wouldn't take me very long to make that either, so that's great. And I'm probably going to be sticking to quite serious, sensible blacks and greys for this trip. Blend in with the French, who are so chic. Maybe not bring my bright blue coat. Actually, I really wanted to bring my bright blue Berlin jacket, but it's not suitable for walking around Paris all day in February. I need to be wrapped up far warmer than that coat would allow me, so I'll be bringing a big sort of puffy coat that I own. But yeah, I'm tempted with, I have some beautiful black stretchy denim that I want to make some Jazzy patterns Eleanor jeggings, I guess they are. I've made them before and they're super easy to make, so again, really quick to whip up, and I mean black, perfect. So yeah, anyway, totally random, totally waffling here, so I think I'm going to stop and just look forward to hearing all your thoughts about Paris. So yes, and if you're interested, today I am wearing a gable top, Jennifer Lauren handmade patterns, gable top. I make these all the time, so if you watch my videos you'll know that I'm sort of in love with this pattern. I've tweaked it to my own personal preferences, so it actually looks very different from the original pattern, so sorry about that. I have had quite a few of you ask if I could show you how I have adapted it, so I will definitely be making more gable tops, so yes, I'll make a video on that if you're interested, no problem at all. I also have had so many people asking about a curved hem tutorial, so yes, I will definitely make that for you. I am not an expert at it. I like how I do it. I don't think it is maybe not the official proper way you should do it, but it works for me, so I'll share it with you. But yeah, oh, and I'm also wearing a necklace from Sewisfaction. This is, I think, by a lady called Jazzy Lapin, I think, and she makes them exclusively for sale on the Sewisfaction website. I'll link it down below if you're interested. It's really cute. Tape measure. She does like sewing machines as well, and scissors, and all different sizes as well, so not all big like this if that's not your thing, but they're very, very cute. And it's wooden, and a little bit of glitter on it. It's very cute. Anyway, and this fabric it's an art gallery fabric. I picked it up from Sewisfaction, and I'm pretty sure she got some more in actually. Shona, sorry. When I was ordering this, she only had 1 meter left, and I was a little bit concerned that I wouldn't be able to fit my t-shirt out of it, but I said okay, send it anyway, and I did. So that's just a heads up if you're interested in that sort of thing. It's wide enough, depending on your body measurements obviously, wide enough to fit a t-shirt, a top pattern onto it, but I did have to shorten the sleeves to get those on. So, but I actually really love it. And the thing is, art gallery fabric is pretty pricey, and if you can squeeze something out of a meter, then it makes it a bit more affordable, which is always good in my books, because fabric can be so expensive these days. I'm sure you all know. So I really hope you enjoyed watching my video today. If you did, please do give it me a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. Please do comment down below on your thoughts about Paris and anything I've been chatting about today. I always love to hear from you. I would try my best to get back to you. I have been very naughty recently about replying to comments, so I apologise so much about that. I'm really, really sorry. And I'll see you all again really soon. Bye!